Hello guys, I am Simi. I would like to start off my story and share my life experiences with you guys on this page. It is something I think you all, I'm not thinking, I know a lot of people will learn from it and you find this interesting and you can deduce one or two things from it. I would like to start from my secondary school days, though that's not when I started putting pen into writing. I started writing after secondary school, but there's something I would love to share which happened when I was in secondary school. I remember vividly when I was in secondary school, there's this thing called money function or duties, which everyone is assigned to perform. So I remember I asked mistress then. She's always putting me. There's one particular woman that was the house mistress then. She's always putting me in toilet duties. And I remember me being raised up, I never saw myself or I never found myself washing toilet. It's not possible. You can't give birth to a child and maybe what you should start doing is washing toilet, flushing toilet, all this kind of thing. The child is too small. When I was in primary school, I didn't do all of that because I went to primary school. You just go to school, then your parents come and pick you up by 4 p.m. All of that. So when I was in secondary school, that was when I started all those things. I was faced with such, and it was so somehow to me like washing toilet. But I've seen other people washing, but me happening to me for the first time, it was strange. I didn't like it, and even my classmates knew I didn't like it because of the way I used to react and all of that. So I have a particular friend then. I'm always begging her to help me to flush, to help me out, but she can't continue helping me out. Obviously, there was a time she told me, "Sing, you just have to bring up and start doing this." I remember the first time I wanted to flush the toilet. I got to the toilet. It was closed. The toilet was even closed. To open it, I was scared because I knew what I might found inside. But for it to be closed, that means the inside will be terrible. Okay, I carried a mopping stick. That's the stick I used it to open the toilet. By the time I opened it, I was like, Jesus, even in private school, I went to a private secondary school. I was like, oh gosh, even in private school, people do this. Like, you excrete on top of someone's excreta just because you don't see water to flush or something. So they kept tissue excreted. Like, you can imagine. No, I can remember that incident like very well. I was like, God, by the time I finished opening, I was like, God, I feel like crying. Oh, my body was just doing me so. I see people like, hey, see me, how will you flush this toilet? I was so somehow like, oh no, I can remember. So I tried got water. It was not with a toilet that you just press and flush. You have to pour water inside this. You can imagine how disgusting it can be. I have to get water for the first one, second one. Oh gosh, I was so that my day on that day was not even nice. I was already feeling terrible. I was already feeling so bad. Like, oh no, this day is already spoiled already. Washing this, getting to class and start reading and everything. Like, oh, this will just spoil it by washing this toilet. But I started by that. Okay, go on like that. First semester, second semester. I guess they used to do new money duty each semester. She likes semester each term then. But this woman, this house mistress, she kept on putting me in that toilet function. If not toilet, maybe bedroom. And in bedroom, say this is something that I feel experience in bedroom. And me, I don't know. I just don't find it interesting dealing with someone excreta. It's not something nice to me. Maybe if I was raised with that, nobody was raised with that, but I don't find it interesting. But that woman kept on putting that as if she knew that, okay, this is what to eat. You know, when they are giving what to eat, it's the way you feel so bad and it's annoying and everything. She just kept on putting me there. Like, oh gosh. So when I got to SS2 or SS3, that was when my mate returned to prefect. I wasn't a prefect. I don't know why, but everybody cannot be a prefect, but I wasn't one. But a friend of mine was she was a prefect and she was setting a good post. So she was the one to do the money function for that thing. So I went to meet her, my friend. I beg, please. I know I'm not a prefect, but please, as my friend, put me in computer room. Let me be working in computer room. At least that one is okay. I beg. At least we'll be preparing for exam. That one will not disturb me with my exam and all of that. because each time I was working in toilet, the man was always coming to call me in class. When my mate are receiving, when we're in class, when a teacher is already lecturing us, this woman will come and call me. Excuse me, you just tell the teacher, excuse me, see, so that yeah, come outside, follow me. You did not clean that toilet very well, just follow me. I will not stand up. I'm like, oh gosh, why is he holding me? She's always coming to class to disgrace me, like she will embarrass me, like I didn't wash it well. Even after doing the needful thing I think I've done, like she'll still call me in class. Okay, now my classmate then kept me in computer room, and the next thing, you know, up to 2 weeks or so, it was not for long. Tuma just came that she needs to change the money this year. In my mind I was already scared, like, hey, this man is going to change this money this year. I just hope she will not take me there, or at least she know that I'm in final class, I'm about leaving the school. At least put me in that, leave me alone in that computer room now, allow me to finish the school and be only as in, life is not that I just leave me there. There are junior ones, they can start from there too. Leave me alone. Guess what? This woman returned me back to toilet, and by the time I checked the roster, Monday roster that she changed, I was thinking, you by the time you see it, it was as if it was me she was focusing on, that this girl, she must go back to that toilet, she must love it by force by fire. I was like, hey, they send this woman to me. That was when I knew they send this woman to me. Okay, there's something that happened while I was working in the computer room. There was one day that's the proprietress came to school, and she's always going around to check how neat the school is, everything. But if there's anywhere dirty, she would complain and all that. So she came to the computer room one particular day when I was working there. She came. I saw this was neat. She was happy. Well, like, wow, this is neat. She appreciated me that day. And I didn't see it as anything, like I did my work, I just cleaned it up and all of that. I always come there now. So I didn't see that as a big deal. So when this woman took me away from that computer room and she took me back to the toilet, I see me, I love for toilet here, like you go back and watch that toilet, that's where you will stay. And I remember then we're not allowed to call our parents. You can't call your mom. We're not using phone. There's nothing. You just wait till end of term before you can see your parent, or maybe your parent just come. Even your parent come, you cannot have access to them. Life was so difficult then in private school, secondary school then. So I just went to go and meet one woman that she has my mom's number. She's close to my mom. I just went to meet her, told her that, babe, please let me call my mom. Please let me call my mom. I need to talk to my mom. Please, I beg her, like, let me talk to her. So she called me. She took me inside the office, closed the door, locked the door, called my mom for me. And me, I knew my mom was this prayerful man. My mom can pray, or she used to pray. Right from small, I knew she used to pray. But me, I don't believe in anything called Jesus, God. But I know she used to pray. I don't know if God is answering her prayer or anything. I just know that woman used to pray. That's all. But I don't know what came over, but I just said, like, I want to talk to her. I just called her. I called her on phone and I said, Mom, please, I'm tired. That there's this address. She's always putting me in toilet. That they won't get me in computer room. That she took me back again to toilet. I don't know her problem. That I'm fed up. That my mate are preferred. That you know I'm not preferred. That she just, I don't know. I just explained to her. I was so bitter. I just told her everything. That she should please. You should help me pray that I'm getting so tired. Like I said, the half of the death of my life, like, I told her that I was tired. I can't continue this. I was almost crying then. Like it was so painful. Like you might not talk to your mom for more than anything, but that particular day, you just wanted to talk to her to report this particular house mistress. Like, what is it? I came to school to study secondary school, and really showing me wickedness. That was when I knew there's wickedness. So that's when I started knowing there's wickedness in this world. So after I told my mom, I just told her she should do something about whether pray or anything. Me, I can't continue like this. She's my mother, of course, so I should be able to tell her. So I told her. So I remember one fateful day. That's the proprietress. She came to school and she went to the computer room and she saw the place was dirty. She just said, who are people working? Go and call that lady for me. She didn't know, she was angry. They now called somebody. I said, no, there's one lady that was working. Go and call her for me. So they now look for me. They now brought me. I'm not like, why did you do your work? She was just shouting at me. I was like, ma, I'm not working here again. They've already changed me. She was like, who changed? I said, the house mistress. I have to go and call the house mistress. So they went to bring her out. I said, why did you take her away from this place? Why? Please take her back there. And she must work there. You must not change her. She must remain there. In my mind, I was very happy. As in, I was very happy. You right now, I can't even forget that day. I was very happy. That was one of should I say the most happiest day in that school. Like really, I was happy, but I was not even showing it. I was just happy saying like Jesus, this just happened. Like Jesus, I was happy. I was just looking at my like this. I'm not until you. So no fair shake at me. God don't catch you. God don't work for you. I cannot forget. So I was saying that's how the man just brought me back there. So I started working in the computer room until I left that school. It was computer room at work. So life was now at least minimal. It wasn't that at least I had some mates that were not working at all. They just go to class, read their book and all of that. But me, I was still that one was still better. I was managing. Not that was perfect, at least managing than the so-called toilet you coming back on the helm thing. So what am I saying? That was when I knew God used to answer prayer. I never believed in all those things. Like he was the one doing like mother stuff then. But that was when I knew God used to answer prayer. I was happy. So back to the main thing. When I started writing from 2010 when I was looking for admission. I finished secondary school. It was tough. But anyway, my story is just to motivate anyone that is passing through those challenges I passed through. You can learn from it. Man, before I got into admission into school, it wasn't an easy one. Those of you that stayed at home, I give it to you all. You guys try. And I'll hear some people stay for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I didn't stay up to that. I always stay for 29 to 20, 11, 2011 or so. Maybe 2 years. Let us say I wasted 2 years or so. But it was like, it wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. It was as if I just give up. Let me just live this life. Like, I wasn't even finding this life funny again. And there are some people that are going through the same thing of admission. We'll be hearing, when I hear people saying, I do for admission for 9 years, like, yeah, 9 years. Me that I went for 2, I knew what I went through. You now went for that long. Really, you guys are brave, like very brave, honestly. I feel like argue all of you, like seriously, you guys are very brave. So I'm going to start reading from, I have a book that I've been writing since then. So I finished secondary school 2009. I wrote all those things down then, so I might quote it the exact way I wrote it then. Immediately after secondary school, I was looking for admission. I failed JAMB and WAEC, but I received it. But anyway, but there's one thing, even though I failed JAMB, I felt I could still go to this thing, pre-degree school, where you have to receive the JAMB and the WAEC and all of that. And I was considering pre-degree then. So before I got it, I wrote this during the trial period of waiting. Before I got that pre-degree, I wrote something during that period because I stayed at home during that time before I got pre-degree, 2010, 9-10 or so. I hate myself and everything in this world. I fasted, prayed, attended church program, but I have not seen an answer from God. I believe in Him and I'm still waiting for an answer. I tried all my efforts to enter school, but my dad turned me down. I did some school pre-degree exam like OAU. I collected LAUTECH pre-degree exam, but I didn't go for it because I didn't go for it because God did something wonderful then. Later, so it was really good. Okay, before then I failed the OAU pre-degree exam. I was not admitted, and I just got up to the cutoff mark. And I fed up, still hoping and waiting for God because He knows the best for me. And the best is yet to come. Being at home for almost 7 months, or even more than that, I cried unto God, and He made the way where there's no way, which I said. I got admission into a program in a private school for a pre-degree. I was happy that my prayer was not in vain. At least God answered and put laughter on my face. I did not say immediately free as a cause, and the school promised us then that there will be 100 levels in the following year. That we just do pre-degree because there was no pre-degree in the school then when the school just started. So we that were doing pre-degree were the first set of the nursing program. Okay. As I said, the university didn't later have nursing. It wasn't their fault. It was because it wasn't accredited. And I was asked to change to any course of my choice. I wrote jam then and I passed and everything, and the school asked me to change to any course that I wanted. But my dad refused, said he doesn't like any other course and there was no money. I said, I need to go and do research on anatomy. He said, no, 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 I don't have money, I'm not doing any other course and no money. So, no. Started working admission for me in Lautech for medicine. I did the post UME exam. I didn't want to see my result. That's for Lautech, but I didn't want to see my result, which I don't know why. I'm not like, so it is the school I will come to. Honorary post UME, I be post UME with not results. So if I'm not in that school for a year, you see results. I'm not really interested in all this kind of thing. Like I wasn't just ready for all. Like, even when I went to the school to get ready the exam, the school was, I don't know. I wasn't. It was not inviting. It was not something I wanted. I bought what then maybe popo, I mean balls or something. I bought a snacks and they did with palm oil. I was like, really? Where is this done? So that would made me not to have interest. I can't forget that. Sorry for those of you that went to that school. Sorry. Anyway, my dad wanted me to go to Lautech, but I don't want to because my mind is already at the private school that I did degree. You can't taste. Is it possible for you to taste something nice? We went to the private school, fine. Everything was fine, beautiful. Life was easy. Things was easy. I was doing so well. And you know want to take me away from that school. You want to take me to Lautech or I don't know. It's not possible. You can't taste something. It's not possible for you to taste something good and be going for something less. I don't think it's not something we all wish for. I don't wish that for myself. Like I can't imagine me such happening to me. No, I can't. I so much love and share it to private school. I started praying though. Like I started praying fasting, going to program. I follow my mom's program. My mom is already going for a program, not the church program. I started following her. Like this school, that school. I must go there. Or is a must. I already put a must. Like, that school. I'm not going to say no. That school. That school I must go. It's compulsory. I must go to that school. Whether likes it or no. I don't know how it's going to happen. But that school, I must go there. That's what I know, and that's fine. So I remember one time I wrote it, like I started asking Pastor to pray for me about it that I'm still hoping that God is going to make a way that the private school or I should just travel out. Like I believe when I have faith, just that I wanted it to be fast. Like it was taking time already. I was scared. Like, it was taking time. You know, there's always time for admission and all of that. Each time my dad keep mentioning Lautech, I feel sad inside me, and I will cry for God. And my father can mention that Lautech. Lautech, any reason see like you just talk Lautech. If you're sitting down with him, you just come in, nice things Lautech, like show you like why you always mentioning Lautech? Is there a problem? I don't like something and he kept on mentioning it. And each time he kept on saying it, like, hey God, hey, why my father saying? Like I always feel terrible, like sad, like can't you feel what I'm feeling? My dad, like, can't you feel this? But he doesn't care. It's what he wanted though. And I said, I'm fed up and I know God will do it for me. All this were written at that age when passing through that. Do you know that during the trial I went through, it has caused so much hatred for me towards my dad? Honestly, it actually did. Because I believe he could have sent me to a good private university or out of the country, but all his excuses and all, I didn't believe all those excuses he was giving me as a child. Like I didn't believe because I could see what he was doing. Like, okay, this man still have to ship, can send me to this school or send me house. I could see that he could afford it. So why is he not doing it for me? So it was really making me angry and all of that. So the pains made me also write something that was out of frustration that I cancelled. Some which I can't even see what I wrote, but the ones I won't want to say that, but it was because of the pain it made me passionate. I just wrote that. But honestly, I didn't want to advise parents, like I don't know, maybe it's come among all this that all of that. Like you guys should mind what you say to your kids, mind what you do to them. Like all these things hurt deeply, honestly. Me myself, I can remember, and it hurt badly. Honestly, you guys should just mind your actions, your words. Just mind it, please. It has a way it affects us mentally and emotionally, honestly. So I'll jump that part. I feel a lot of pain, sorrow inside me right now. Sometimes it is good to be in poverty than this trash. I was young and imagine me writing all of this out of pain. Like, well, I'm just trying to make myself happy, but I'm not at all. I'll forever remember this day. I will never forget. A day I will never forget. I actually can't forget that day. Like, I actually can't. But it's gone. And anyway. So I don't care about me anymore just because I decided to keep quiet and doing all the chores at home. During those time I was at home, I was working, wash plates, do this, do that. I was just working. This thing was annoying me. I'm passing through pain. My mates are in school. I'm home. I know what I'm doing is doing all of these chores. Nigerian parents, man, I give it up to them. Imagine me writing all sorts out of frustration, not knowing all those things will be passed, not knowing all will be forgotten and all of that. But then it was so painful then. I remember when my dad said you write jump. I was like, I asked him, who's going to write jump? Imagine me asking my father about like, who's going to write the jump? But like, are you asking me? I said yes, now who's going to write it? But me, I said I'm not writing jump again. I became so bold I could confront my father. Anyway, the jump that I refused to write, guess what? I wrote that jump. I wrote the jump and I scored above 200. Though it wasn't my plan to write the jump, and I never prayed for such. Well, I did. I felt so much pain, sorrow, and hatred because of this jump. I picked OAU as my first choice and LAUTECH as my second choice before. But all these choices, but my dad had made me to pick them. Then I later changed it to UI first choice and OAU second choice. I did OAU post-UM, I failed it. It wasn't my fault though, because I tried my best. Honestly, it wasn't even my fault at all. I can remember I tried my best, but it was very painful. I even cried, and this time, when I cried, it's as if blood was to come out from my eyes. I felt those pain. The pain I was passing, I felt it I felt it myself. I felt those pain. No, my mom and dad, they put the whole blame on me. Like, mom said I didn't read, I didn't go for lesson, that I'm always pressing phone. Although like she's not in my shoes, so she doesn't know what I'm passing through. So I won't blame her for it, for what she's saying. I'm so angry with myself, and this pain is becoming large for me in my heart. I hate this feeling. My first choice, which was UI 2, I failed the exam too. Never knew I would fail it because I was prepared for it, but some circumstances around it then told me you won't pass it. On getting to the UI, I even fell in love with it a bit for the school. I fell in love with the school because the school was neat, beautiful. So when the first league came out, I was hopeful, despite I didn't do well in the exam, but with my good WAEC result, I was thinking it will land me admission, but by the time they used both together, that is how I kept hoping after the first lead. But sure, the end of it, I didn't get it. But honestly, all those exams I wrote, I failed them woefully. Not that maybe I scored 30 or 40, like, let me talk about it. Like, even the way I used to fail exam, my dad would be like, no, this is not Simi, that Simi is brilliant, Simi is terrible. Why would we fail scoring this mark? Like, you scoring like 70, 100, 20, 100. They were like, but I didn't know what happened. I didn't even know how come I'm seeing those results, because me myself, I was shocked. Like, I know what I did now. When I saw this, like, how come I'm having this result? But I don't know. I shall fail them woefully. I don't know why. I failed it woefully, and I was prepared. I shall fail them. That is period. So the issue of me staying at home is doing a lot on me, especially about my education. I was a very brilliant girl. Yeah, me myself, I knew I was brilliant, and some people can testify to that. But with this pain and sorrow, I don't think I can be like that again. Imagine you staying at home for some period of time, and in my mind I'm like, if I won't get admission to school, I'll be $1 now. Like, me, I was expecting, okay, after school, the way your brain is still sharp, just continue like that, not that you should go and rest and not continue. Resting and getting back, I feel it won't be balanced. Like, there will be a gap in between. That was what I was thinking. Because I was sitting at home, I wasn't reading, I wasn't doing anything. And in my mind, I was like, I was thinking, and my parents would be thinking, ah, I'll still be brilliant as before. So sad, so bad. Me myself, I know that I can't be brilliant as before. Like after staying at home doing nothing. Anyway, still in the journey of looking for admission, I had an advert of scholarship on the radio. I jumped at it, told my parents. My dad refused to give me money. My mom supported me, like okay, thinking it will work and everything. No, but to cut the long story short, that didn't work. Maybe the scholarship was a long process or something. It just didn't work. But after what my father did for not giving the money, I was still angry with him the more, like, and he was showing my behavior towards him, like I could not know what I did. And he noticed that I was angry, but who cares? I didn't care any longer. And I was, if I can stand on my own, I would love to be disowned by him. At that age, I was really thinking if I can stand on my own, some parents, they will make you pass through something that you'll be thinking, gosh, why they will send me to this? Oh, why? But like, I don't want him anymore because it has caused so much pain in my life, which I'll never forget. Though I'll forgive him because of God and nothing more. Right now, I'm hopeless and I need God's intervention about my situation. Despite all, I still have hope. Despite I can see what tomorrow holds. Okay, I wrote, despite I can't see what tomorrow holds, but I still have hope. You know, nobody knows tomorrow, but we just keep hoping. We'll be hoping. Okay, oh, what are we going to do? We're alive. We will hope for better tomorrow. Anyway, during those trials, there were like two people, like close friends, and I wrote something about them. Like I met them online. I just came across them online, and it was so nice. You know, sometimes some people, you just come across some people and they will give you some words that you need. They will encourage you. They will support you financially and all of that. I don't know him well. I just came across him online. To me, I believe it was an angel from above. That's what I wrote. God, I look up to you because my help coming from you, Lord. I shall stop writing and continue the everyday face of looking up to God for admission. Because everything now like a normal regular day. So I just left the book I was writing. It's when I feel sad or bitter, or maybe my dad said something, my mom said something, that's when I would write. But when everything was already like regular course, sleep, regular day, I stopped writing. So I stopped writing until I got admission. That is when I remember, when I got it, that's when I remember how to conclude that story. I've started since it has an end now. The story of looking for admission, now it has an end. So I have to put it in that book, like, yes, I've gotten that admission. So on November 2011, God did a miraculous, wonderful thing in my life, which I can never forget. All sorts came up, but God disappointed them. Help came from all angles. You know, when God's hand is in something, help will just come from different angles, honestly. I entered the school of my choice, course, and everything fell in the right place. The school that I wanted, though, that school that I told you, that private school I told you I wanted, I got admission there. I don't know what happened, said that I went to get the procedure. I don't know, the thing just worked surprisingly, the whole thing. And I got admission there. I was so happy. I was so happy. And I give God the glory, praise, and honor. The private school I wanted, that is where I ended up. I also thank my wonderful mom. God will continue to bless her. I really appreciate her effort over me. Things have been going on smooth for me since the day I resumed, and I give God the glory. I wrote that some days after I entered the school, but honestly, during the 5 years of my studies in that school, it was full of testimony. It was full of testimony, challenges, but this is to encourage admission seekers or anyone going through one or two things. My life is a bunch of testimony, honestly, in my life. As in, God just sent me to this world to come and face those challenges and give me that testimony, honestly speaking, honestly. It wasn't easy, but God made it easy. So I don't know what you're passing through, but I'm sure you can deduce some lesson from here. Just might be longer, shorter, anyhow it might be. Just align it. So you can watch out for my space, and I'm looking forward to have you to assess and criticize constructively. Honestly, the next space is going to be about the whole admission, not even admission, about what happened while I was in school. How, in fact, the whole story, I'm going to share it in the next space. Very interesting, honestly. I'm really looking forward to sharing it, and I'm sure you all are looking forward to that. It wasn't easy. If I knew, maybe I wouldn't have gone, but God still made a way. Honestly, thank you so much. I'm looking forward for comments. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.